All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson. So, if you were wondering where Aspen Ladd is going to go now that she is cut from the UFC, wonder no more because she has been signed to the PFL, yes, the Professional Fighters League, and she has her first bout set. She's going to be facing Julia Budd at the PFL World Championships for 2022 on November 25th in New York City, New York. I believe they're at like the Hulu Theater or whatever in Madison Square Garden. Don't quote me on that though. I didn't check the actual venue. Anyway, got Ladd versus Bud, and they're fighting at featherweight. So Ladd is going to be fighting at featherweight, and apparently PFL is going to be adding women's featherweight next year, I guess. But these two are going to be facing off. We got former, bantamweight UFC contender taking on, former Bellator champion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats on this one. So, the Julia Budd coming in at 16-4, Ladd coming in at 9-3. Now, both ladies are coming off of recent losses. Bud's coming off a loss to Jenna Fabian about 5 months ago. Before that, she was on a 3-fight win streak. And Ladd is riding 2 straight losses, though, to Norma Dumont a little less than a year ago. And then most recently to Raquel Pennington 6 months ago. Looking at the age here, youth definitely favors Ladd. She's 27 to Bud's 39 years. Although you look at the height, and it definitely favors Bud at 5 feet 8 inches, 172 centimeters, to 5 feet 6 inches, 168 centimeters for Ladd. And the reach favors Bud as well, 70 inches, 178 centimeters, to 66 inches, 168 centimeters for Ladd. So this is an interesting bout. Here's the thing. I think Bud is on a serious decline. I mean, she has been winning before that Jenna Fabian fight, but she hasn't been looking that great. I mean, you look at the quality of her competition. She beat Jessie Mealy by decision, barely edged over Diana Silva via split decision, and then picked up a win over Caitlin Young, who was like 500 record at the time. So I think she's definitely on the decline. However, she's fighting Ladd, who hasn't won yet at featherweight. She took on Norma Dumont. I think that was at featherweight. I just don't think Ladd has the physicality to compete at featherweight. Now, maybe once she actually trains to fight there, she'll do a little bit better. I just have a hard time seeing her having the physicality to deal with legit featherweights, which is exactly what Julia Budd is. She's a legit featherweight. So this fight, honestly, I could see it going either way. I think Ladd would definitely need to get Budd down to the ground. Again, that's when the physicality comes into the equation. I'm not sure she has the physicality for that. This fight definitely leaves a lot of questions that will need to be answered, and I think that's what actually makes this fight interesting. There's a lot of questions here that are going to need to be answered. Is Bud on a decline, and how much so? Can Ladd actually compete at featherweight? I'm sure she'll actually be healthier at featherweight because, I mean, she's been missing bantamweight so much that the UFC had to cut her. So we'll have to see. Anyway, these are just my initial quick thoughts on this bout. It's going to go down November 25th, PFL 2022 Championships. Let me know your thoughts on the matchup in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like. Go ahead, share it as well. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMAC Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.